How's it going there, guys? This is your one and only Python Versus. And today, guys, I'm going to be teaching you guys pretty much what you should be doing when you first buy a brand new gun. Number one, learn to take your weapon apart. Nothing is more embarrassing than, let's say, for example, you get a jam or something in the range, and all of a sudden you got a hiccup where a round is stuck either, you have a round stuck in the chamber or inside the barrel, but there's, you don't have any tools, and on top of that, you don't even know how to take the weapon apart. It's pretty embarrassing. Or it can also help out when it comes to cleaning your weapons. And first thing you should do as soon as you get this weapon, let's say, for example, I got this bad boy that I just purchased. I didn't just purchase this. This is mainly my first weapon I ever actually owned. But let's say, for example, you just brought this bad boy. Learn how to take it apart, take out the pins and things like that in order for you to be able to clean this weapon properly after a day at the range or something like that, Number two, properly lube your weapon. You don't just want to shoot it straight out of the box. Now, pretty much sometimes the weapons coming straight from the factory, they sometimes are lubed up completely. They sometimes are lubed up completely. But when you first get your weapon, please, by all means, check first. Make sure that, it's actually lubed. If it's not, then of course apply some lubrication inside the weapon so it can be able to function properly. You don't want to go to the range with a brand new weapon that you just brought. You're firing this weapon and then all of a sudden not firing correctly. Why? Because the weapon is not lubricated properly. And that's a bad sign. And you don't just want to go back to the gun store or, usually they make you send it back to the manufacturer. And then you don't want the manufacturer to come back and tell you that the weapon is not even lubed properly. It's things like that you got to be aware of when you first buy your weapon and you just got the edge to go out and shoot it automatically, go straight to a range. Now, make sure the weapon is properly lubed before you take it out to the range. Number three, learn the type of rounds that it takes. You don't want to end up like me, for example. When I first brought my SCAR 17, I brought steel ammo for it. Biggest mistake ever was buying steel ammo for the SCAR 17. As you guys may know, the SCAR 17 is a very expensive weapon. Very expensive in terms that it likes expensive things. So when it comes to cheap stuff, it doesn't do well with cheap stuff. Believe me, it will tell you straight up, it does not like cheap things. And I brought some cheap ammo for it, some steel cheap ammo, and it turns out that, it's not the weapon's fault. Learn the type of rounds and the ammo that it takes. Depending on the round that it takes, make sure that it is actually meant for that specific weapon. You also don't want to put the wrong ammo inside the weapon and all of a sudden, you get into a big issue there. But on top of that, I brought this cheap old ammo for my SCAR 17 and I thought it was the weapon itself. So what I did, I kind of sold the weapon. So after that, it's been years since, I cried that I want a SCAR 17, and thank God I do have one, but that all could have been avoided if I used the proper ammo, instead of steel, I could have went with brass, things like that. So make sure you use the proper ammo and don't do the mistake that I did. Number four, learn how to properly shoot with your weapon. Depending on what it is, if it's a pistol, learn how to properly hold the weapon. You don't want to limp wrist a pistol when it comes to shooting or anything like that. Make sure you know how to properly hold it firmly in your hands. If it's, let's say, for example, an AR, learn how to shoulder it correctly. This is a brace, so I'm not really going to show you how to do that. But learn how to properly shoulder your weapon if it's an AR-15 platform, things like that. Nothing is more embarrassing than you being at the range and you're trying to show off your weapon and you can't even properly shoot your weapon. Yeah, that's not a good thing. And last but not least, but number five, when it comes to your weapon, first day that you buy it, right? First day that you pretty much buy the weapon, you go and shoot and you realize you're not even hitting your targets. Make sure that your weapon is sighted in correctly. Whether you have an optic on it or iron sights on it or, whatever it is that you have in terms of, optic or sights, make sure that it's sighted in correctly. You don't want to go to the range and, like I said, you're shooting your weapon. You're out there trying to shoot your weapon and stuff, and you just can't hit your targets at all. That is one downfall of, the first thing that that you should do as soon as you get home is sight in your weapon and make sure that it's actually correctly sight in, so you can be able to put, get some hits in with your weapon itself. So, and those are my 5 tips of what you should do with a brand new gun as soon as you buy it. If you guys do enjoy these videos, please leave a like, and also comment down below, if you guys have any more tips. Main reason why I made these videos because I do have a lot of new shooters pretty much that are subscribed to me. I have a lot of people out here that are like from other states, for example, like New York and stuff like that have never shot a weapon in their life. And they're probably wondering, damn, what should I do if when I first get my first new gun and things like that. Yeah, these are some of the things that you should be doing. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next upcoming content. I got a lot of things coming out for you guys. And that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'm out of here. Peace.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps